We need shoe ASMR. What's with you guys? This is what's with you guys and all of these freakish demands. First, it was like a foot cam. You want a feet webcam, and now you want me to do ASMR for you guys. Okay, if not ASMR, how about storytelling? I do have a few very amusing stories to tell. Okay, I'll do this one song, and then I'll tell you guys about the story of how I got pregnant. How about that? Oh god, dude, I love telling the story of how I got pregnant. So to all of my friends, I have to tell you guys about the story about getting pregnant. This is the famous shoestring story of me being pregnant as a kid. Oh god, that sounds way worse. This could very potentially be against TOS. I have no idea what lines I'm crossing by saying all this, but this is. So when I was a wee little shoestring boy, I was a gross kid. I didn't wash my hands after I used the washroom. I picked my nose. I did so much gross shit as a kid. But for some reason, the one thing that I was icked out about and did not like doing was taking a poop. And specifically what would come with it is having to wipe my own ass after taking a poop. Because you're 5 to 9 years old, and your parents are like, okay, you gotta be potty trained. This is way too late for you to be in the game of being potty trained. You gotta wipe your own ass. I used to have my mom like wipe for me. And so I would call my mom to be like, hey, I just finished pooping. Can you wipe my butt for me? Because I never wanted to do it for myself. I never wanted to reach for the toilet paper and have to like go under to wipe my own arse. But my mom got sick of it and was like, no, shoestring, you're gonna do it on your own now. And so I was very angry about this. If you look at my face right now, I was very upset that I would have to do this, and I would just I just hate pooping so much because it was so gross. I hate touching my own poop. And so the solution that bright young lad me had as a prepubescent boy was, aha, if I just don't poop, I will never have to wipe my own poop again. This was the eureka moment. From the hook of the story, you might see where this is going. I believe I spent a whole calendar 2 weeks without taking a singular shit. And I don't know if you know anything about human anatomy, but that is very bad for you. You have a lot of waste in your body, like that is piling up. So anytime I would have the urge to sick, or my stomach would rumble, it would make the sounds of, oh, you really need a shit. What I would do is I would find the nearest cuck chair or bed or any, like, even like the ground, if I needed to. I would just sit and like meditate. I would sit and meditate and try to like force the poop back into my rectum. Because when you sit down, you kind of have like an instinctual like barrier that stops you from shitting your own pants, right? And that would usually suffice for like the first week of me like doing this anti no shit strategy for a long time. But on that second week, it gets bad, man. Like, I am no longer happy. I would be fucking full on meditating, like eyes closed, locking in for literal half an hour on end, trying so hard not to shit myself and trying to force the poop back up from where it came from. But like, for the first couple of weeks it was fine, but for everything past, I want to say like 3 or 4 days of not shitting, this got really fucking bad. Like, I was literally closing my eyes, all intents and purposes, young me trying my best to not shit myself. And so, you know, I was a fucking loud ass kid, and my parents were like, yo, where is Shoestring? He's been gone for like an hour now, and they would just find me silently sitting in the bed or a chair, like, and trying, like, telling them not to distract me, like, go away. I'm really trying hard to focus right now. But eventually, one of these days, my body broke, and so it, like, TLDR, I shat myself, right? And so I continued to shit myself as I ran to the bathroom that is in my house, and I sat in the toilet. I was letting everything out, and I was out, and I was thinking to myself, man, it's gonna really have to suck that I have to wipe my own ass again, because this is the whole point of me doing this, is so I didn't have to wipe my butt, because I thought it was gross, even though I was a gross kid. And then the poop stopped coming out. The poop stopped coming out, even though my stomach was still rumbling, rallying to go. So not to get like super graphic here, but you can kind of imagine what is happening. If this was like a very, very crude diagram of what your internal organ is, I don't even know what the name of it's called. If this is like what's supposed to like be your poop hole, I had a massive clog of it, and after like the first bit, it just no longer started coming out, and it started to hurt. Actually, it started to hurt. I was having the worst possible time of my life. I was actually in thorough pain trying to get this large amount of feces that were piled up, congested in my organs, out of my fucking small ass rectum. And so I started crying and bawling my eyes out in pain, and both of my parents had to come in and was like, yo, Shu, what is happening? What are you doing? And there is blood on the toilet seat. Like, I will have you know, like, this was a full-on situation of me hurting myself. And so, God, I literally had my mom on my left side and my dad on my right side holding my hands while I use all of the efforts in my small body to let this shit out. I was screaming, dude. I was fucking full on giving birth. This is why I say this is how I got the one time I got pregnant. I was full on giving birth to a fucking shit baby, okay? And I was bleeding. Like, there was blood everywhere. It was so stuck. My dad had the genius idea to grab chopsticks, and you know what? You can imagine the rest. He was getting on his knees to try to poke it out of me. Oh my god. And so this went on for like 1 hour of my mom and dad holding my hands, my dad trying to prod the shit baby out of me, and my mother giving me like her supportive encouragement, like, you're almost there, it's almost out. And my dad's like, I see the head. And it all came out gushing out once with blood everywhere and feces everywhere. It was such a terrible mess. I don't think my anus has ever been as small as I think it's been like permanently enlarged by that experience. And it's not, and unfortunately it's not due to gay sex as much as I want that to be the case. I got a very like long hearing from my mother, who is like, yo, you are fucking stupid. Like, why did you do that? And I was like, yeah, I should poop, is what I learned. So, you know, all great stories come with a moral at the end of it. Don't hold it in, guys. Ever since this day, I have pooped whenever I had the urge to. I have like a survival instinct now where I release more dopamine when I take a shit than a normal person would get. So I shit like every day now. And so, yeah. Shit whenever you can, don't hold it in, and learn how to wipe. Even greater moral of the story, invest in a bidet, bro. I would never have to have this problem of being disgusted with interacting with my own feces if my family had a bidet during a time period where bidets were probably like fucking quadruple digit numbers in pricing. But you know what? Bidets are awesome. I have a bidet in my household right now, and I would not replace it for the world. But yeah, that is my pregnant story. So did you go to the hospital or did you just thug it out? No, it was honestly in the talks of me having to go to the hospital, because there was a lot of blood. Like, I cannot communicate to you well enough how bloody the fucking washroom seat and the washroom floor was after that whole ordeal. Like, it was so bad. I definitely lost like probably a good like 5% of my total blood in that 1 hour. But yeah, I never went to the hospital. Call it like an Asian parent thing to like just not worry about it and thug it out. But I have not been to the hospital. I have never have since. If I were to like get like super personal, and maybe this is a bit too much information. Actually no, this is definitely too much information. But I think I have like some sort of scarring down there, next to my butt, or my butthole. Every now and then I feel like that scar opens because like in the rare times where I'm not using my bidet and I'm like in a public washroom or whatever and I'm using toilet paper, it's very often that like after I wipe I'll see blood. So honestly, that is just a bit concerning, and I should probably go. You know what? Yeah, I should go see a doctor. You know what? You're right. You're right. You know what? You bring a very valid point that I should probably do that I just have not thought about at all. Ayo, Mother Shoestring here. So this video was a quick edit that came from my Christmas stream. Sorry it took so long. Hope everyone had a good holiday. I'll be trying to upload more videos in the coming months since I'll be doing a bit less streaming since I'll be away from my main setup. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see those soon if I'm not lazy. Okay, bye.